Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, and thank you for the invitation to appear. And Mr. Chairman, my father grew up at 176th Street and Tremont Avenue, so it's a special pleasure for me to be here before you today. Well, thank you. Thank you for recognizing that too, Mr. Chairman. I'd just like to make a couple of points in my oral presentation. First, cable has long supported public access programming. Over 3 decades of support include millions of dollars annually for studios and other training, channels, sometimes as many as 20 on cable systems for public access programming, and service to schools and libraries. Cable is very proud of its commitment to public access programming. We think it helps distinguish us in the marketplace as well as serve the community. The good news for PEG programmers and for subscribers today is that cable intends to continue its commitment to public access programming and continue to fund public access. In the digital environment, there's no less of a need for public access programming than there has been historically in an analog world. Cable also remains the leading PEG supporter among multi-channel video programming distributors. You've heard from Ms. Popovic, and you yourselves have mentioned AT&T, but other multi-channel providers that we compete with don't have the same level of commitment to public access programming. Satellite services like DirecTV don't have any local access programming. And in every case, even Verizon's public access programming requires everyone to have a set-top box to receive it. It's undeniable that the world is going digital, and we want to help public access providers make that transition as well. Cable alone is the only provider of analog service right now, but that's going to change, and it is changing. Not only are broadcasters going digital, but cable is going digital and cable programming is going digital. Rather than leaving public access programming grouped with the increasingly fewer number of analog channels, we want to work with PEG programmers to bring them into the digital age and make sure that our digital customers, which represent a majority of our cable customers today, 60% are digital, make sure that they have access to public access and educational and governmental programming as well. I can assure you that all PEG channels will remain on the basic service tier where required by the Franchising Authority, as required by the Cable Act. Where boxes are necessary, our companies have engaged in a variety of programs to make sure those boxes are readily available to consumers. The end result is going to be more channels, better quality, features and interactivity that aren't available today in an analog world. We think that's a plus for all consumers, and we think the greater competitiveness of cable that results from the digital transition and of cable programming will benefit even analog customers who will find that the cable system works better and delivers more services. We believe that PEG can remain a valuable part of cable programming, and we commit to working with local governments and to the public access community to make sure that happens. Thank you again for inviting me to speak with you today, and of course look forward to any questions.